YTBC, what's the deal? Now, I tried to tell y'all, man, Floyd Mayweather does not give free publicity out to anybody. So when he said that he wanted to fight, a solid opponent, something light, like Berto and Mayfield, I told you, Floyd doesn't just give people free publicity like that. He won't just put, he won't say your name for the hell of it. If anything, Floyd Mayweather say he doesn't know who Andre Berto is or who Kareem Mayfield is. He would say that. But he's going to fight Berto. It's official. Mayweather let it out. Let me just touch on a few things. For one, I'm seeing a lot of fans, they keep connecting Manny Pacquiao to Floyd Mayweather. I know you guys probably get upset at me, like, man, why are you talking about Pacquiao? I'm just saying what I see in comments. The number one thing I keep saying is, people keep saying is, did nobody say this when Pacquiao fought Algieri? Yes, we did. And I was one of the uploaders that fucking hated that fight. Go on my old page, Mr. Boxing Today. Go on that page and you'll see my video how I was like, man, this is a shit fight. I thought the Brandon Rios fight was a shit fight. Both of those fights, I was like, what the fuck are these fights? The Rios fight, I was like, okay, they want to see what he has after being knocked unconscious against Marquez. The Algieri fight I didn't like. Pacquiao in that fight was the odds I seen, he was 13-1 against Algieri. I hated the fight. Algieri was 20-0. He did beat Provodnikov for a title at 140. He moved up and he fought Pacquiao. Then after the Pacquiao fight, he pretty much was walking Amir Khan down, and I thought he pulled that fight out against Amir Khan. It was a close, competitive fight. So Chris Algieri's no complete bum, although I thought he shouldn't have been in there with Manny Pacquiao. Same thing with Berto. He's not a complete bum, but he shouldn't be in there with Floyd Mayweather. Now, when a guy wants to call himself the greatest of all time, whether it's boxing, acting, rapping, singing, rock and roll, whatever, if he calling himself the greatest, you hold him to those standards of somebody who's supposed to be the best of all time. Michael Jordan, if you claim he's the best ball player, when he gets out there, you hold him to those standards. You don't hold him to the same standards as Patrick Ewing. Nothing against Ewing, but Jordan was a greater player than Ewing. You know what I'm saying? You don't hold Tom Brady to the same standards as Christian Ponder. I hold Floyd Mayweather to the standards of him saying he's the best to ever do it. And if he beat Manny Pacquiao, why are we holding him to standards of somebody he's already beaten? Like, that fight's already over with. I don't get why we keep having to talking about them and comparing them and, well, you didn't say nothing when he fought that guy. No, yes, we did say something about the Algieri fight, but, okay, that's beyond the point. All right. Andre Berto, man, he doesn't have a chance. I looked at the bet odds. One bet odds I seen he was 48-1. Another one I seen he was 40-1. I mean, this is Mike Tyson, Buster Douglas type bet odds here, man. And unless Andre Berto pretty much leaves the earth, leaves the planet, and just fights out of this world, he has no chance in this fight. If you look at his resume, it's really not all that great. I know people keep saying he's a young, strong, hungry champion. Okay. I mean, yeah, he is only 31. Yes, he does come in shape. I've seen him come in shape and be hungry and strong and lose to Soto Karass. And I'm not saying he doesn't deserve the fight because he's lost. I'm not saying that, but, he's a former champion. It's like, okay, but he won a vacant WBC title against Miguel Rodriguez. Rodriguez, I believe, fought one fight after the Berto fight, and then he retired. Before that fight, he fought a dude. I forgot the dude's name he fought, but a guy that was like 8-4. Somebody look it up. I think the guy was like 8-4 or 9-5. So he wasn't even a title eliminator. And when he was in a title eliminator, Rodriguez, he lost to Carlos Baldomir a few years before that. So yeah, okay, Berto won a vacant WBC, but he won it against fucking Miguel Rodriguez. Then he defended against Stevie Forbes. Stevie Forbes was 1-3 before the Berto fight. After the Berto fight, he was 2-7. Then he made another defense that I'll give him, some credit. He beat Juan Urango. Then he beat Carlos Quintana, the 2010 version of Carlos Quintana. Quintana really wasn't that relevant. It was about 05, 06 when he fought Cotto, somewhere in there. Then he fought Freddie Hernandez, a guy that usually gets in there with contenders. He'll give some guys some goals. But that was another fight, and I remember I made a video about that fight because he made $1 million to fight Freddie Hernandez, and I was like, dude, the welterweight division's heating up, and you're fighting Freddie Hernandez. I don't know what Freddie Hernandez ranking was at the time, so I don't know. I didn't look that up, but still it was Freddie Hernandez. Where's Freddie? I mean, this shit wasn't like 20 years, 12 years ago. This shit was only like a few years ago. He fought Freddie Hernandez. Freddie Hernandez beat Carlos Quintana, but he's really not a relevant fighter. So those title defenses, okay, I'll give him credit for what? 1, 2, 4 title defenses for the WBC. The Zavic fight when he won the IBF strap, that was a legit victory. But then he lost his very next fight. He was fighting Guerrero, for the WBC interim championship, trying to get another shot at Mayweather, and he lost that fight. So both fights he was supposed to win against Guerrero, and then Ortiz would have got him the Mayweather fight. He lost both of them, so it's like, fuck it, we'll just give you the fight. Fuck earning it, we'll just give it to you. Because this is Mayweather's last fight. But then I've heard Mayweather say, I've heard him say out of his own mouth, look the interview up on YouTube, that this isn't his last fight. So I don't know which one it is. If it's his last fight, if this is a warm-up. I heard him say that this is just a little warm-up, for his 50th fight. I've heard him say it. This isn't his last fight. Then on top of all this shit, the pay-per-view is going to be $65. $65 to $70 whether you order regular or HD. So this is the second highest pay-per-view to purchase. The first was Pacquiao, that was $100 on HD. $90 if you bought a regular. That broke the record for the highest purchase, for how much the fight cost. This is the second highest. I don't remember paying this much to watch De La Hoya Mayweather or Tyson fight. So I now got to pay $65 to watch him fight Berto. Berto didn't look good against, what's the dude he fought? Upshur Chambers. He didn't look good in that fight. He was fighting on the, Adrian Broner undercard. He didn't look all that great in that fight. He still, to me, it was like, damn. I remember I made a video like, damn, man, is Berto damaged goods? A few YouTube members had made a video about, is Berto damaged goods after watching the Chambers fight. Then the Lopez fight, I mean, you watched the fight here on YouTube. It was the secondary telecast I watched, so it wasn't the main guy's commentary on the fight. But the commenters or the commentary that I was listening to, they were just making it seem like Berto was getting his ass kicked against Lopez. I mean, he was getting outworked here and there. There were some moments where Lopez was roughing him up, trying to use the Guerrero tactics, but it wasn't like a just fucking beat down. He was getting just beat down. I don't think it was that, but he was getting outworked and out hustled in rounds, but he wasn't getting beat down by Lopez. Then he stopped Lopez. But I thought he was losing the fight. And that's credit to him from coming back and winning the fight. I'm not going to say, give him credit. I mean, he won the fight. I'm not going to not give him credit. But at the same time, he didn't look spectacular. Like, oh, I want to see him against Mayweather. He's 40-1. How can you justify a 40-1 fight? Just like I didn't justify a Pacquiao 13-1 fight. Y'all listen to my channel. Y'all know I'm consistent with going over the odds. I just like checking the odds. I've always been like that. Again, I don't let that sway my judgment of a fight completely, but I always take it into consideration. Whether you like it or not, man, those odd makers are 75 to 80% right. That's just what it is. I don't always agree with the odds. Just like when the odds said that Porter and Broner was a close fight, going into it, it was pretty much an even fight. And I thought Porter should have been favored at least 3-1. But that's, just my opinion. But 40-1, 48-1 I seen, come on, man. Your last fight, $65, 40-1 favorite. But you're the greatest of all time. See, we held Ali to those standards because he would say the greatest of all time. Okay, cool. But guess what, Ali? Frazier whipped your ass. You got to fight him again. Okay. Ali fought him 2 more times after. Okay, you the greatest of all time. Okay, well, you got to fight that big, strong motherfucker knocking out everybody that knocked out the dudes you struggle with, Norton and Frazier. His name Foreman. Okay, Ali whooped his ass. Okay, Ali, you tricked off and lost to Spinks. Okay, you got to fight him again. Okay, Ali, you got fucking Alzheimer's. You can barely talk, can barely skip rope, can barely train. He shouldn't, dude, go watch the Ali, what is it called? Muhammad and Larry 30 for 30 on ESPN. Muhammad Ali shouldn't have been fucking even fighting in the ring. And I'm not trying to make an excuse. Look at it, man. Tell me, go look at that documentary and tell me if Ali should have been fighting. You's a lying motherfucker if you sit up here and say that Ali, hey man, that's his problem. Hey, he got in the ring. He did get in the ring, but we know he shouldn't have been fighting against no damn Larry Holmes. And to tell you the truth, if they were both in their primes, it'd still be a tough fight for Ali to beat Holmes. But he damn sure shouldn't have been fighting him around that time. Or Trevor Bervick. Go look at the Muhammad and Larry documentary on ESPN 30 for 30. Look at how this man's, like, look at his speech. He made fucking the 2015 version of James Toney sound like that he just speaks fluently and eloquently and, you know, smooth. It was sad watching them making Ali get in there, man. I wouldn't see nobody, Pacquiao, Mayweather, nobody get in the ring under those fucking circumstances or conditions. Then I heard somebody say, nobody said this when nobody said nothing about Larry Holmes' last fight against fucking Butterbean. It's like, you motherfuckers are, do you not know that Larry Holmes was 52 years old when he fought Butterbean? It was his 75th pro fight when he fought Butterbean. It was his 29th year of fighting when he fought Butterbean. Like, you guys keep bringing up other fighters. Nobody said nothing about this. Like, shut up. And people did say things. You just don't do the research or talk to other people about it. You just think in your head, well, shit, my favorite fighter deserves to pick who he wants to fight. And fighters have picked gimme fights at the end of their careers. I remember Trinidad, that first retirement he had after he lost to Bernard, he came back and fought some dude. I forgot the dude's name. That's how irrelevant the dude was. And then he retired, but then he came back and fought Winky Wright. So I understand what you're trying to say, but don't sit up here and make it seem like every single fighter pick a trash ass fight, a 40-1 favorite fight for their last fight as a farewell fight. But people's fucking farewell fights wasn't $65 pay-per-view fights. Now, the Mike Tyson versus Peter McNeely was a mismatch fight. I'm not saying there haven't been mismatched pay-per-views, but what I'm saying is Floyd Mayweather is still in good shape. He's not punch drunk. We know he's going to fight again. He's not war-torn and beat up and lost his speech. No, he fights very safe, very cautious, and he's been able to preserve his career. So he's different in this. He is different, man. Him and Ali were not the same type of fighters at the age 39. Ali was punch drunk. That's my favorite fighter. I'm telling you, he was punch drunk. Mayweather's not. He's still sharp and keen. So then, you know, people make it seem like the Floyd Mayweather is this old ass man and y'all just want this old man. Okay, well, Bernard Hopkins must be really great to you then, because he's way older than Floyd Mayweather. He's still fighting the best motherfuckers at the division. He fought Kovalev quick, not 6 years from now. No, he fought him quick and fast. And then he's calling out, while I see him calling out Triple G, like this motherfucker still wants to fight top competition. But y'all keep Mayweather, you know, y'all keep making like this dude is just old as dirt. But in boxing years, you know, 39 is old. But y'all see what's going on today. Look at a guy like Stephen Cunningham. He's 39. Tarver's 46. Bernard's about to be 50. Like, this era is a little bit different with the older fighters. But back in the Ali and Holmes days, late 30s was fucking ancient. So times are a little bit different, man. Like, I like Floyd Mayweather, you know what I'm saying? But he's a fucking 40-1 favorite for a $65 pay-per-view. I don't like it. I don't give a fuck who this was. And if Pacquiao fights somebody his next fight and he's 40-1, I'm going to make this same video. But yeah, man, Floyd Mayweather versus a young, strong, hungry champion, former champion in Berto. I guess. I'm out, y'all.